Anastasiia, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm good.
You're good? Yeah, we are at Web Summit, guys, recording the podcast here outside. I hope there will not be too much noise or that we will not be disturbed by anyone, but let's have a great conversation, Anastasiia. So I know that you are CMO at Yellow.
Right, this
Okay,
is correct.
but you are in blue today.
Oh yeah, I am. But it's a little bit of a Ukrainian touch to say hi to our Ukrainian friends and colleagues and let them know that
Right.
they have our full support.
Right, that's a nice message to start with. But Anastasiia, tell us a bit about yourself. Who are you? Where do you come from? What is your role at
Yellow?
Yellow, yeah.
Yeah, so I actually have a technical education. I've got an energy background, a degree in engineering. But I ended up being a content writer and a technology writer for a number of companies, and this is where my marketing journey began. So I've been a marketing executive in a number of companies, doing a lot of different things, some of the outsourcing, billing for energy and utilities, and now I ended up being in crypto.
Right.
Right. Yellow is doing a lot of different things in a blockchain, crypto, Web3 space. I would say whatever you can think of in a Web3 space, name it, we probably have it.
Okay.
My role here, I am the global head of marketing. Basically, I own the CMO role.
Okay. That's nice to read. And then you're at the right place at the CMO Stories podcast around Web3. So a really good fit. So tell us, Anastasiia, what are your thoughts on the, I would say the current state of blockchain nowadays?
Well, I would say everything is messy out here. So I don't know if you've visited a lot of talks at the Web Summit, but everybody is kind of don't know what to say, how to assess it, and everyone just have a different opinion about it. I would say the only word I can think of to describe it is like messy as hell.
Yeah, it is. I heard a talk about, around the metaverse. So 3 people, where 2 of those people I will be interviewing later today.
Oh yeah.
They give their definition about metaverse, and it was alike but different. But a metaverse is still really early on the Gartner hype cycle.
Right.
But blockchain is already a bit farther, but perhaps still in the, if you talk about crypto, is in the deception phase, but...
Well, I would say a lot of talks and a lot of focus this time was happening around the decentralized infrastructure, around the Web3, which is also not really here because we kind of have like 2.5, maybe we're going to have 2.75 in like 5 years from now. But I mean, the Web3 is also a challenging thing, and it's challenging to define it because different companies kind of address different challenges of the Web3.
Exactly. Yeah, it's so broad umbrella, I would say, for different concepts in it. You talked about challenges, and I know you know a lot of challenges in this way. So tell us a bit about the challenges that you see.
Well, first of all, everything is not really defined in the Web3 space. So I would say we do know what Web 2 looks like, how it feels like. We know that all of the giants collect our data. We need the privacy. We know the security problems. We know the problems of communication. We know the problems of like over consuming the information and the ads like jumping out on us from the fridge, So, but for Web3, it's not really defined because we don't know what is going to be here. Again, remember the movies from the 80s and 90s when they like introduce us to the 21st century, and it's way different that we see it now because the humanity is kind of moving at a slower pace. So I would say what we do have now is a kind of like a transitional term, which a lot of people are called like Web 2.5. And I say a lot of people, especially in the blockchain and crypto space, they focus on just some aspects of marketing specifically, and they're so fed up with everything.
Yeah.
They are used to certain ways of doing things which are not necessarily good or not necessarily right way for every business to move forward to.
Yeah.
And I would say that's one of the main challenges, to actually explain to people the new concept that you're trying to introduce, and also the new ways of promoting the project or getting the project out there.
Yeah, now there are a lot of technical terms in Web3, so you should avoid to use those terms, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'm not using those.
I know. I'm just, it's one of the challenges that I see.
Yeah.
And also people now, for instance, if you talk about metaverse, then think about Facebook, Meta. So
Yeah. Or what they do know is that Facebook is building those like virtual avatars, and that this is something that we're gonna hand out in the future, something like that we used to play Sims.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna be Sims.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much kind of true.
Yeah. But what I wanted to say is that Facebook, comparing to, let's say, beginning years of Facebook, now so lots of people have like a more negative thoughts of thinking about Facebook because of the ads, because of the privacy and so on. So if you talk about Meta, it's metaverse. Is it Facebook? No, it's broader. It's just that Facebook claimed.
Yeah, they just claimed the term in a right time, you know. So now they kind of they're very good at branding. Okay, so they're very good at being here when nobody else was there. So they know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And something else in Web3, and that's more if you are into crypto, you hear about people, okay, they are discovering the space and they get scammed, or they lose money and they don't know who to trust. That's also one of the challenges I see.
I would say this is one of the problems. It's not like a challenge. It is a problem of the industry. There are so many hacks, so many scams out there, and what I see, and even a few projects here at the Web Summit, like they are kind of good right now, but they're not going to be here in like 2-3 years from now, because they will like lose their not necessarily uniqueness, but there's not going to be the space for them here, because I don't think that they understand what Web3 is really about. They're just trying to catch the hype.
Yeah.
And kind of like do something, so they're like using a lot of like terms in like incorrect places, which I don't really understand. And I don't know. It's just I'm really pro community. Yeah. And I really do care about what's going on with the community, and I really try to, even like for us, I try to develop the community like as a, like, I know it sounds like cheesy, but it is like a family culture. Yeah. So we're trying to give the best to the community and to give like a fair treatment for everyone.
Right.
And we also do get a lot of people who are just like joining the crypto space, and they're used to like the free stuff. And they're always like looking for that, and they're looking for the quick profit. And what I usually say to those people, like, if the project actually promise you the quick profit and the quick bucks, get out of this.
Yeah.
It's like Web3 is not about that, crypto is not about that, and the blockchain is not about that.
Right. Yeah, if you see about these NFTs, so people look at NFTs and say, or I want to buy and sell, or crypto, what are the newest like coins that are
what
there?
What is the hottest coin, which is going to be like to the moon?
Yeah, but I was at a crypto business conference 2 weeks ago, and talking to some speakers or some people that were there, and where they are making the money right now is with the trading. Actually, it's not by the project, so because... So that, okay, it can also go the other way, of course, but yeah, at this moment, it's like, I think long term it's interesting, but if you look at trading, it can be really risky. Are you yourself also investing in crypto or NFTs? Or?
Yes. Okay, the answer is yes, I do hold crypto, but I am the true holder. Okay, so okay. I don't trade unless I need unless I need money. So I don't trade a lot, but I do have a few coins that I kind of believe in. But as everyone else, I lost the money on Bitcoin as well.
Yeah.
But I believe it's gonna be back soon, at least to the point that I bought it. So.
Yeah, I think if you look now 5 or 10 years further, because there's so few people that are yet now involved, so that understand it, and so there is a lot of potential. I think.
And I'm also an investor in Yellow. We do have an allocation for the team and founders,
okay.
So I would say almost 100% of the team invested their money.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, because we do believe in what we're doing,
right?
And we do want not only the project to succeed, but I would say from what we're building, it's really essential that people would understand the Web3, that people would actually get into the Web3 space, that people would actually kind of like. What we're doing is that we're trying to unite everyone, not divide them even more. So it's really important for us that people would be acting as a group. I cannot say a community because it's impossible to make a community out of the 2 exchanges, for example. But they can act as a group in their joint interest, let's say.
Well, you talked about community, which is really important, and you see that the Web3 community here also at the Web Summit. I get a lot of people that want to talk with me just because they know I'm doing podcasts around Web3. So there is a community. Mm-hmm. Comparing to the other years, it was I didn't have there were people on mine. I didn't have the podcast yet, but people want to talk with me. But now it's really strong, you know. And where do you see this community happen the most? So people talk about Discord, about Twitter, or are there other places where you could build community in Web3?
To be honest, I think that you can pretty much do it everywhere. And the thing that I would like to kind of advise people who are listening to this is not focus only on one community. I know it's a lot trying to develop everything all at once, but it is essential because in Web3, I do believe that people would have the preference of choosing their the most convenient way of communication. So for somebody, it's Telegram. For example, for me, it's like people can. If you want to find me fast, find me on Telegram.
Okay.
Discord. Right now, it's more of the. But again, if we are coming if we're talking about the Telegram, a lot of trash is happening on the Telegram, and a lot of scam is happening on the Telegram as well. If we're talking Discord is a bit right now as I don't know. For me, it's kind of like an exclusive, more of an exclusive community.
It can be NFT gated or token gated.
Yeah. So we also do have a few channels. Our community is open, but we also do have a few channels that are exclusive to some token holders, NFT holders, just people who possess a special role because they are active in other communities or something like that. But I would say more targeted discussions usually happen on Discord. So I see less people who are strictly for profit, for quick profit, on Discord than on Telegram.
Right.
Twitter is just a big hot mess. So, anyone can write on Twitter. You don't need anything to really register an account. So,
it is,
I would say Twitter is just a must. If you're not on Twitter, you're not there.
Yeah.
But it's just a must. But it's also the community. And for me, I feel like a lot of projects are underestimating Twitter. So they're just posting and not doing anything else on Twitter. So they just reposting everything.
Yeah, it is.
From other
I see that
channels.
too. Yeah.
but not interacting directly with their audience, not asking questions, not like answering messages, and not utilizing the Twitter Spaces, which is an amazing tool, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not utilizing like Twitter moments and a lot of all kinds of stuff that Twitter actually has. I don't know what's going on, what's going to happen with Twitter when the Musk is going to be at his full swing, but we'll see.
Yeah. It will be interesting to see what's happened. You know, it's already a lot of people needed to leave Twitter, I heard today.
Oh yeah.
And then so he will.
Yeah.
So it is interesting to see, but yeah, Twitter is a must. And but okay, be careful. I see that when I'm talking about Web3 in a web summit, I get in engagement. There's a good engagement, but also I get like these DMs from people with 0 followers that try to sell me stuff. So
do you want promotion? Answer me.
Do you want this?
Now?
Do you want followers? And they have like, well, do you want? Do you want NFT?
I do get this a lot. I have like an average, like every day, I have like a 300 unread messages.
Whoa,
from those people.
that's a lot. How much time do you spend on Twitter, Anastasiia?
On Twitter, I don't spend a lot of time right now. I guess I kind of, like for me personally, I kind of a little bit like lost interest for Twitter.
Yeah.
I do feel more connected with our community on Telegram because it's more interaction on a personal level.
Okay.
So, like, I do know our biggest supporters and even some of our haters, or some of our, like, we do have some people who kind of, like, challenge the community. Let's say they're asking the hard questions.
Yeah.
So they're not necessarily haters, although we do have some of them as well. But I say this is the place where I can really directly speak to them, address their issues, answer their questions.
Okay.
So for me personally, Telegram is just a better way to interacting with the community, which I prefer as a person. But as a company, we do everything, a little bit of everything. And right now, we're trying to get bigger with Reddit and also develop a community there as well.
Yeah, I see Reddit also doing interesting things.
Yeah.
So I'm in Belgium. Reddit is not so like popular there, but I see it around the world that Reddit now also with their NFTs and stuff, they are doing interesting things. Reddit, there are also other online, like if you can call them forums or communities or like Medium and so on. Are those also places where you are posting content or getting awareness?
Totally. We do have a blog on Medium. We don't have one on the website currently.
Yeah.
It's kind of migrated. We did before, but then it's kind of like migrated to Medium, which is just a more convenient way to post content for us, and it gets us more exposure.
Okay.
Yes, I cannot say that we interact with the community a lot on Medium because it's just not really a community thing.
It's a place
it's just a content kind of based platform, so we don't get like comments or whatever there.
No, but it's interesting that you say that you post, that you don't have your own blog, but you put it on Medium, because I could think that you put it on your own blog and then you spread it out through social media to get like awareness, but if you post it directly on Medium, you get more views on the content. Is that right? Do you think?
Yeah, we kind of like hold our own publication on Medium, which is like a dedicated blog, let's say. So it's not that we just post it somewhere. No, it's like we do have like we do have a dedicated publication. We do have a few writers which more of like research kind of writers. So we don't publish I call it shitty content where like 10 things that you need to know about blockchain. So we don't do that. We try to explain more complicated concepts that we are doing here. So what is a high frequency trading? Is it really possible or not? What is the analog of the clearing house for the crypto? Is it going to be here? What is its role? Why there's no like decentralized trading really here? We actually did a study on why Luna was a fiasco, and if there was something that can be done with regulations to prevent it. For that type of content, we do want to start educational wise.
Okay.
And we also publish our own news, press releases, and a lot of that kind of thing. But in order to get more views, we do external publications as well.
Okay. So a lot of things are happening to get really awareness for this Web3.
Oh yeah.
How do you see Web3, your business, or Web3 in general, or blockchain evolve in the next few years? Do you see a couple of trends, or do you see...
Okay, so first of all, Web3 is not going to be here in 5 years.
Okay.
That's my opinion. I mean, we might get 2.75, but we're not going to get 3.0. I would say the trends that I think people would follow is, first of all, with this crypto crash, which we already seen, a lot of projects are disappearing. And there's going to be the case further down the line, because crypto will get more regulated, and the entire industry will get more regulated, which means lesser profit, but more safer investment. Something exactly the same which actually happened to the traditional finance back in the days. We just don't remember that. So, well, I wasn't there for that revolution. So I just kind of like already been born into that framework, into that like regulational framework.
Right.
And this is the same thing gonna happen to crypto. So you will get less and less volatility with the new tokens, with the new coins introduced. There's still gonna be scam, but I guess it will get harder to scam people. You will need to get it like a more sophisticated techniques in order to do that.
So we are outside. Maybe we cut it out in the podcast, but we are also recording.
Oh yeah, that's good call. We're not live, but okay.
You just can repeat where you were.
So I was talking about the transformation that the crypto will gonna have, and if people want to know what kind of a transformation is gonna be, look at traditional finance. It's gonna be the same. We're gonna have the regulations. We're gonna have the unified framework, and about that, we are. This is exactly what we are doing.
Okay.
We are building the unified protocol for all of the trading parties to come together and actually exchange, swap, trade assets in a safely unified manner in a matter of milliseconds. Like, what can you do with a traditional finance? You know that you can send like $100 to your friend in Ukraine, and it's going to arrive in minutes.
Yeah.
And you know that it's going to be here. And it's an international bank. But this is not the case with the exchange. This is not the case with the other wallets. Or even if it is the case, it's still solutions that use bridges. Bridges are not safe, and I'm very happy that people have finally started talking about that this issue is really like started to raise here, because we are like no bridge natives, I would say. Like, we are against bridges, so our solution is just cross-chain, no bridging.
Okay.
And this is exactly what we are trying to do for the crypto. And we are going to do.
That's a nice mission.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Anastasiia. Before we end this episode, you said already Telegram is your thing. How would you like people to connect with you if they if they want to?
Hit me up on Telegram. Reach out to me in LinkedIn. We also do LinkedIn, by the way. Twitter is also a thing, but not that much. I would say, yeah, Telegram is my preferred way of communication, or you can use my email. It's pretty easy to find if you actually like Google my name and the surname. There's not much people with.
Okay, that's the like same as with my name. So I will put it in the people will find you.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Anastasiia. It was
great. Thank you for having me. It was a nice talk.
Great talking to you. So guys, if you like this episode, because Anastasiia said a lot of interesting stuff, but we will have other guests from the Web Summit, but also from elsewhere here on the podcast, on the CMO Stories podcast. If you like it, be sure to subscribe to the podcast. And I would like to see you back for the next episode. Bye.